Hey everybody, it's Ron Henry Satus. I'm going to show you how to make blooming onion. Let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so we're going to make our seasoning first. So just into a bowl here, I have 1.5 cups of plain flour. To this we'll add 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, and finally half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now if you want this to be spicy, you can add about half a teaspoon of ground chili at this point. So we'll just mix that together. Now this recipe will be enough for 1 onion, depending on the size. If you're using medium-sized onions, you should be able to do 2. Alright guys, so we'll bring across 1 brown onion now. And what we're going to do is cut the stem off one end, but we want to leave one of them on. That's very important to avoid this falling apart. And all we're going to do is peel off the skin. Alright, so that's the result we want. So guys, using a very sharp and thin bladed knife, we need to cut this into 1/8 now, but we don't need to go all the way through. We want to leave about 1 centimeter from the bottom. Now the easiest way to do this I find is just get 2 pieces of wood like this. These are about 1 centimeter thick. And use that as a guide. By doing that, our knife won't go all the way through. Alright, and that's the result we want. So all we want to do now is very carefully start to pull this apart, but be very gentle because we don't want to break it. The beauty in this is its appearance, so you need to take your time. Just until you get this nice flour effect. Alright, so that's looking pretty good now, so we'll set that aside for now. Now just into a bowl, we're going to crack in 1 whole egg. And we're going to add in about 1 cup of buttermilk. Now this can also be done with just regular milk. And just using a whisk, we're going to give that a quick mix. So what we're going to do now is get our onion. We're going to dip it straight into the buttermilk. And we want to make sure it's well coated all over. So you want to flip it over a couple of times as well. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. So we're going to put this straight into our flour mixture now. And we want to make sure we give this a very good covering. So just like the milk part, flip it over a couple of times. And you want to shake it all over and really get the flour in there. We want to try and get every single petal covered. Alright, so that's looking pretty good now, as you can see. But we'll do one final check, make sure it's all covered. And we'll just tap it a few times and get rid of that excess. So guys, what we're going to do now is just place this into a plate or a bowl or a container. Put this straight into the fridge for at least 10 minutes. In the meantime, we'll start to preheat our deep fryer to 170 degrees Celsius. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and place this straight into our deep fryer like so. Now this will take roughly about 10 minutes to cook. And we also want to make sure we get oil all over as well. So what we'll do is after about 5 minutes is we'll flip it over. Alright guys, so we're at the 5-minute mark now. So what we're going to do is very carefully flip it over, just like that. And we'll cook it for another 5 minutes on this side. Alright guys, so we're at the 10-minute mark now, so what I'm going to do is very carefully take this out. Try to drain that excess oil. I'm just going to place it straight into my basket now, just to let it rest. As you can see. So let's go ahead and serve this. We'll first season it with some salt. And some cracked pepper. And there we have it, guys. I've just served it up with some ketchup in the middle as well. But you can serve it up with some aioli or even ranch would be nice too. And that's all there is to it. It's very easy, it's very foolproof. And it is very appetizing. Not to mention it's beautiful too. I hope you like that, guys. Please like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. If you've got any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom and I'll see you all next time.